Malacanang claims President Rodrigo Duterte insists on being vaccinated privately for an interesting reason. Duterte wishes to be injected with the COVID-19 vaccine in his buttocks and not in his arm. This comes amid calls for Duterte to get vaccinated publicly to boost vaccine trust.
I think so. He has said so. Sabi nga niya dahil sa puwit siya magpapasaksak so hindi po pwedeng public.
COVID-19 vaccination programs worldwide inject vaccines into the arms of recipients, not the buttocks. Meantime, Duterte also approves the holding of limited face-to-face classes for medical schools. Presidential spokesperson Roque says this is applicable to medical schools in areas under Modified General Community Quarantine or MGCQ and General Community Quarantine or GCQ. No date has been announced for the resumption of classes in medical schools. In related news, Duterte also reimposes the stay-at-home rules for 10 to 14-year-olds in the entire country. This overturns a rule that allows the age group outside to spur more economic activity. Meantime, the health department confirms the local transmission of the more infectious variant of COVID-19 in Bontoc Mountain Province. DOH says that it identified the linkages of the 12 cases of the new variant through genome sequencing. The chief of the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or PhilHealth claims the state health insurer already liquidated 92% of the 15 billion peso stolen funds that its former executives were accused of pocketing. PhilHealth chief Dante Guerran says Tuesday, January 26, the funds have not been missing at all and they are there on record. He adds he won't allow the money of Filipinos to be stolen. A former NBI chief, Guerran replaces retired General Ricardo Morales, who was asked to resign from his post as PhilHealth chief due to his health condition. Guerran's appointment, however, drew public ire after he admitted on television that he knows nothing about public health and the operations in PhilHealth. PhilHealth was embroiled in a corruption scandal in August last year. Its former anti-fraud officer Thorson Montes Keith claimed PhilHealth executives might have pocketed around 15 billion pesos through fraudulent schemes. Retired Supreme Court Justices Antonio Carpio and Conchita Carpio Morales say the Duterte government must explain the actions of Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade Jr. Carpio and Morales, along with law professors from the University of the Philippines, are asking the Supreme Court to compel Solicitor General Jose Calida to explain a social media post of Parlade. In a Facebook post, Parlade warns his followers to be watchful of certain individuals and groups opposing the anti-terror law. He threatens, blood debts will be settled. The long arm of the law will catch up on you and your supporters. The lawyers argue Parlade's post is a clear threat to them. Carpio, Morales, and the UP law professors are part of the 37 groups of petitioners who question the constitutionality of the anti-terror law. They also say that Parlade commits terrorism by endangering their lives and creating an atmosphere of fear. In their motion filed Friday, January 22, the lawyers say Calida must be made to confirm whether Parlade's post was an official communication of the government or not. They also want Calida to explain the details regarding the source, circumstances behind, and the intent of the post. Being the spokesperson of the task force against local communists, Parlade is at the forefront of the military's red-tagging operations. Parlade recently falsely tagged the top 4 universities in the country as among the 18 schools that have become a recruitment haven of the New People's Army. The United States House of Representatives on Monday, January 25, delivers to the Senate an impeachment article for former President Donald Trump. The House charges Trump with inciting insurrection in a speech to supporters before the deadly attack on the Capitol on January 6. The Senate trial is expected to start on February 9. The trial could lead to a vote banning Trump from future office. He could also lose his Secret Service protection as a former president. In related news, the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday halts lawsuits accusing Trump of violating the U.S. Constitution's anti-corruption provisions. The lawsuit stemmed from maintaining ownership of his business empire, including a hotel near the White House while in office. The action means, after 4 years of litigation, the 2 cases are dismissed because they became moot with Trump leaving office. Meantime, President Joe Biden overturns Monday Trump's controversial ban on transgender individuals serving in the U.S. military. The Biden administration says gender identity should not be a bar to military service. In 2016, Barack Obama allowed trans people to serve openly in the military and receive medical care. But when Trump came to the White House, he froze their recruitment while allowing serving personnel to remain. Trump said in 2017, the military needed to focus on decisive and overwhelming victory without being burdened by the tremendous medical costs and disruption of having transgender personnel. There are no official figures on the number of trans members in the military, but a U.S. Policy Research Institute estimated in 2016 about 2,450 active service members are transgender. post circulating online claims Skyway Stage 3 was a plan of former President Ferdinand Marcos. This is false. Facebook page President Bongbong Marcos 2022 posted on January 16, 2021, and was even shared on several public groups. When did Skyway Stage 3 become a Pinoy project? It's already a plan of Ferdinand E. Marcos before, which Cory Aquino put on hold, only continued by President Duterte. Pinoy is all plan, without building anything. But Skyway Stage 3 was part of the Metro Manila Skyway System project that began during the Fidel V. Ramos administration. Approval and beginning of the construction of Skyway Stage 3 took place during the administration of Noynoy Aquino. Right-of-way issues and delays caused postponements in the construction. Public Works Secretary Mark Villar also said, when President Rodrigo Duterte took over the presidency, Skyway Stage 3 was already 11% complete. Rappler reported on the progress of the Skyway Stage 3 project on June 5, 2015. It was partially opened on December 29, 2020 and was declared fully open on January 14, 2021.